verdict is in tonight for a Highland Township man charged with the horribly violent crime of killing his own mother.
And the jury found Jeffrey Pyne guilty of second-degree murder. 7 Action News reporter Jim Kirkner joins us live in Pontiac. Jim, you've heard from any of the jurors so far tonight?
Jurors, 8 women, 4 men, have decided not to talk publicly with the media about their decision. They lived with this case here in Oakland County for more than a month. They had 3 options: first-degree murder, automatic life without parole, second degree, and of course not guilty. Tonight, this 22-year-old young man is not going home. He's going to prison.
We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of second-degree murder.
No visible reaction from 22-year-old Jeff Pyne. His father, who has supported him from the beginning, gave us this reaction.
I believe in my son's innocence, and I wasn't able to get him home for his sister for Christmas, so it's not been a good year.
Does this surprise you? Does this?
I am surprised, but I have to go tell Jeffrey's 12-year-old sister that it's just her and me now, so.
Ruth Pyne was beaten and stabbed to death in the family home in May of last year. No murder weapons were ever found, no break-in, no theft. Jeff lied to police where he was and had mysterious blisters on his hands that could have been from the murder or from his part-time job. No clear motive, but it was implied Ruth Pyne was bipolar and would attack her kids, went off her meds. Her sister was here for the verdict.
She was not the monster the media portrayed her to be. Some justice was served by the guilty verdict today. I am deeply saddened by my sister Ruth's senseless death. This was a heinous crime. Ruth Pyne was a victim.
I told him last Christmas that that was the last Christmas he'd spend in jail. And I had every intention of making that promise come true. But we didn't get it done, so tomorrow we'll pick ourselves back up and figure out how to move along.
Now that defense attorney Jim Champion made what many believe is a gamble. No defense witnesses, not even character witnesses. He simply argued to the jury the prosecutor failed to prove this case beyond a reasonable doubt. He also argued with the judge not to give the jury the second-degree murder option, but that's what the jury found. Sentencing will be here late next month. The guidelines, 7.5 years to 12.5 years. Carolyn, Stephen.
Wow, Jim, the defense attorney, quite emotional there. You've been in that courtroom, Jim. You've been listening to some of that testimony. Do you think the fact that Jeff's mom was bipolar weighed on this jury and on their minds when they came down with that second-degree murder verdict?
That was an inferred but not a clearly laid out motive. There's never really any reason to know motive unless this defendant had emailed someone or texted someone. They had no clear evidence linking him directly to this crime. It was clearly a circumstantial evidence case. That's why many believe this is a compromise verdict for this jury.
Well, I know it's a case we've been following locally and nationally as well. Thank you so much, Jim, for your reporting.